in developing countries there are like really a lot of farmers, and what we have seen and what we think that is interesting is that farmers right now are within kind of a game or a framework where they try to minimize their efforts because they have very little access to market. So basically very few people buy their production once a year.
So Project Alba is a startup, and our objective is to improve dramatically and sustainably small farmers' production in southern countries, starting in Cambodia. Our observation is that most of the people in southern countries are farmers, and they have a huge potential to improve what they do. If we are able to bring them what they lack, the value created by them in a partnership with us can be shared between them and us, and we think this potential is huge.
2 years ago, Victor and Guillaume got an ambitious idea. Use the Californian startup spirit not to address the IT world, but to foster southern country development. Since their graduation from École Polytechnique, they took the road less travel and designed an innovative business model that changes the classical agricultural approach used until now.
We like to call ourselves doing adaptive agriculture. What it means is that we go to the markets before going to the farmers. We ask a certain amount of people, whether retailers, whether wholesalers, whether catering services, and we ask them what they need. From this we have like a list of products that we find interesting, we choose one or two, and after we ask our farmers to do.
So basically, we are offering them everything. The only thing that they are providing is actually to work on their field and to have the field. We are providing them an order in terms of we are actually saying which crop we want to buy from them, and we guarantee the price, we commit to buying it. We are providing them the seeds for it, the fertilizer for it, the pesticide for it. We are providing them the tools they need, so which can be very easy hand tools, it can be water pump, it can be irrigation system, it can be the cover net to protect from the sun or the rain. It depends on the situation of the farmer. Basically, we are providing everything they need and that they cannot find in their village. We are also, most importantly, providing them with a technical agent coming to visit them 3 times a week directly on their field, and that's the most important part, because if you want to do new products or if you want to have high quality, you need new techniques, and this is something where that you cannot just teach once. You need to be in a support position all the time.
When we have bought the products to the farmers, what happens basically is we transport them to a certain storage area in Phnom Penh, and we basically, after we sell them ourselves, either like with different strategies depending on the product, either to wholesalers, either to retailers where we have like a sales force, and sometimes also like to very specific huge catering clients.
Providing everything they need to farmers can appear to be totally crazy, but it's all the cleverness of Alba's business model. Farmers' production doesn't match today's city's consumption habit. By identifying and producing with them high potential vegetables, Project Alba managed to get enough money to develop and sustain its business, provide all the support needed by the farmers, and make them undeniably gain in the process.
First, I would say their risk of farming is very lowered. They don't have to invest, they don't have to buy anything, they never have to get money out of their pocket, and this is something huge for a farmer. Second, their risk of getting money also is lowered, in the sense that we plan production, we guarantee we will buy at a certain price, which is that they know in advance that each week they are going to gain. Okay, it depends still a bit on the weather and on other conditions, but still the amount of conditions that are a risk for them is really lowered also on their earnings, and this is huge for a farmer. And after, like, they gain, obviously, like, also we increase very strongly their income.
The people that are most important to our project, the kind of what IT startup would call user, are people who are extremely available for feedback or ideas. We can just walk in to their home or on their field, and they're happy to spend time to talk with us or give us ideas. So today we are still in early stage as a startup, which means we have tried many things. We have identified things that work. We are still making everything professional. So right now we are not about scale at all. Right now, when we assess the stage at which we are looking at how many findings do we have, how much our processes are running smoothly, how much we can scale fast. But right now we are just working in 10 villages. The idea is, as a startup, we have this development plan that is more exponential than linear. Like we build all our assets, all our knowledge, all our intellectual property now, and make it robust to scale, so that after the growth can be very fast.
Having the same vitality in startups from the IT field, Victor and Guillaume distance themselves by the fact that their main goal is to have the biggest impact possible on economic development in the villages they are working. Thus, their social startup's future is as radical as startup's future can be.
Either we do something big or we die. So basically, either we have solved the problems we face and the challenges we have, or we fail. Basically, if we solve them, we know there are 2 billion people in southern countries who are basically in the same situation, so then we will scale. Use the same scaling techniques as Silicon Valley does when it goes to hundreds of millions of users, to be able to do the same with small farmers in southern countries.